Jeb, I believe in you. Jeb, Jeb, what up, you guys, and welcome back. WOLVSAid the engineer is here, and this is SSTO season part 2. So, in today's video, I want to build a delivery method for my satellite, which is gonna be halfway reusable, halfway free. So, let's get building, and I'll show you what I come up with. Alright, there we go. So, we got here cargo loader. Now, this airplane is obviously about the shape and the look and the ability of it. It's a it's a satellite delivery method. This is not able to dock or to do anything except for having a big cargo bay. Now we got in the back a lot of fuel, a lot of liquid fuel as well. This time we're actually going to be able to cruise for a lot longer. If you don't remember, in the last video shit went wrong a little bit. As an ability of gliding, I would say this will work pretty much alright. Now let's load it up and take it for a ride. Okay, so I fitted in a small satellite here. It's a basic satellite, so to speak, the prop unit and some RTS tank to control the attitude of the satellites and to give it some moving capability. Now let's close the cargo bay and launch this beast. Okay, there we are on the runway. Captain Jebediah seems to be afraid, as he knows that in the early flight he died. Now releasing the brake. This time, I will try to remember to go as safely as possible. In comparison to our old flight, the center of the mass is just at the beginning of the wheels, so we should be able to nose up right now and lift off. Okay, that was very, very glidish. This wing and this design should be able to lift more cargo. As you can see, the cargo is coming out of the belly. I would say this is less wobbly than the last flight. It's still wobbly nevertheless, but at least this is controllable. And I've just remembered that I forgot to set the action command, so we will have to switch the engines manually and then go to space. Now the fuel capability we have is around 800 units, actually around 1,200 units of liquid fuel and 1,760 units of oxidizer. Assumingly, that's not a lot of delta V. Alright, there we go. We have reached the acceleration phase. With all honesty, I have no idea how much fuel we spent. Well, because we have a lot of tanks and some of them was empty. So, actually I want to try something. Okay, it didn't work. So, we got some good acceleration so far. I am aiming for at least 1,200. And the plane started getting wobbly a little bit. We are reaching 1,000 meters per second. Captain Jebediah is rather feeling okay. I could swear you cannot tell what's the mood of Jebediah. How are you feeling, buddy? You alright? Not gonna die today or anything? Cool. Now, we're reaching our goal. 1,200. The cockpit started heating up, so I'm gonna pull up. We're going to use the wing or controlling surfaces to change the direction of the airplane, so our heading will go upward. And then we're going to, we have to turn the engine manually to switch the mode manual because, I kind of forgot to add an action group for these. And this particles effect is, the particle effect mode, obviously. Okay, so without any more air here, I think it's almost about time to activate the wet mode. So we're getting 38,000. The thrust is almost out of the engine. And there we go, switching one manually, one by one. I've turned on, I throttled down just to be sure that everything is okay until we switch. And there we go. Now, delta V is 1,300, which is merely enough for, I'll say it really, it's barely enough for an orbit. So it's designed directly and exactly to achieve the orbit of 100 kilometers. Any mistake around going up or going down, you'll have to literally repeat the mission. But that being said, we are reaching 1,500, and I believe the mark for the 70 kilometer orbit is 2,200. For 100 kilometer, I believe 2,250, 50 plus. Alright, there we go. We are actually going fast and up. Very good. We should have changed our angle a little bit more. Come on, 70, 80, and 100. Stop. Alright, so we actually achieved an orbit. Now I just want to be sure that we have enough delta V for the orbit. Okay, so apparently we do have enough delta V for the orbit, which is going to be a close call. We will have only extra around 100 meter per second. Now let's fast forward, reach space, and circularize, because that's the most important part of today's delivery. Here we got, well, obviously, cargo bay. Now I'm gonna spread our wings. And it's time to achieve the orbit. There we go. I'm gonna give MacJeb control. We are reaching our maneuver node in 11 seconds. Once we reach, we are going to send this probe up and away, and we are going to go down. Now remember guys, we actually still are supposed to have extra fuel left for the return journey, let's say. But I'm expecting to land exactly at the runway. I'm trying to calculate the best route for the runway. This time, I do not want to screw this up. Okay, there we go. We're coming nicely to the orbit. Let's close you. We still have 119 delta V per second left, and I'm actually confident that we're gonna make it. So we're gonna decouple the probe. Activate this button. There we go. All right, this is the so-called orbiter. This satellite now is going to space and forward. I'm not entirely sure if it's working. Okay, forward. There we go, back to our airplane, which become a couple of tons lighter. Let's close the cargo bay while the solar panel is extended. Shit, nothing happened. Okay, never mind. Now we need to plant our re-entry. I would say let's do it exactly the opposite way of the airfield. So the airfield is here. I'm gonna wait until this reaches the exact opposite. There we go, ever so smoothly, if I say it so myself. Now we're going to go to our retrograde. Now all engine is activated. Just to be sure, I don't want to smash through the atmosphere. I want a climbing angle, which is good enough. I would say 40 kilometers is good. Well, actually, it's not good. Maybe 30 kilometers. Okay, 10 kilometers. Last call. Let's hope this time we will not crash. So we're going to go down at pitching down 10 degrees. Mostly I'm going to take manual control once we started. And there we go. So we entered the atmosphere in the opposite direction of the airfield. Once we reach the airfield, we should be at least at 500 meters per second airspeed, relative speed to the surface, of course. This is our speed toward the surface. This, our speed toward the orbit. Now we started coming down. We still have approximately 60 units of fuel. At this point, I rather switch mode to the liquid fuel mode. Sorry, to only liquid fuel mode. So we're using the jet engine right now. And these should provide us with, really, 65 meters per second. Okay, so apparently we don't really have enough fuel. Okay, I clicked the wrong one. There we go. Now let's check. We got 400 meter per second delta V. Not much, but it should do. Now, where are we landing? In the ocean. Okay, so our gliding angle is... well, we're actually gaining altitude. Let's pitch down a little bit. Skip forward through the atmosphere using our wing, which doesn't show me any lift at this point, but I assure you it is lifting up. These wings are, call it an overkill for such a plane, because the plane is very small and right now it's empty, meaning it doesn't have fuel, so it's very light for the atmosphere for the wings to lift it up. So only a slightest amount of lift can make this airplane fly. Now I've just realized we are actually overheating. It's time to fix our re-entry to 15 degree. As you can see on the meter on the top right now, it tells us our altimetry. So now we started gaining altitude. Let's go down to 0. I just want to skip through the atmosphere and bleed as much speed as I can without burning the airplane or overshooting. And at this point, I can tell you, we are overshooting. So activate the air brakes and slow down. We are actually burning out rather quickly. Let's stall again. I'm gonna flare out, otherwise the cockpit's gonna burn. I didn't realize this. Okay, there we go. We are started to bleed speed rather fast. We reached 1,800. And we started gaining altitude once again. I guess I wouldn't need the air brakes anymore. And we can just skip forward. Okay, so our approach seems to be very well from where I see. This looked fantastic. Okay, we started burning up once again. Let's change the climbing angle. And I'm gonna set it fixed to, say, 5 degrees. We have bled enough speed, with all honesty. I can tell you, we have bled 600 meter per second, and we didn't reach even the 32 kilometer, which is glorious. I mean, with such a design, you will never need heat shield. Of course, in real life, the re-entry speed is 7,000 meter per second, but you get the point, Kerbals. And Captain Jebediah seems to be rather excited. He is happy that this time he didn't crash. Okay, so we have reached the targeted speed. It's 1,300 meter per second. I would say let's pitch down to 5, 10. Okay, so MacLeod started going crazy. We're gonna turn it off and take manual control. The rolling capability of this airplane is awesome. Of course, now because it's empty, so the weight is a lot less than expected. I'm gonna turn off the air brakes, let the airplane fly as it should be. And we are having some air pumps. Okay, so that's one of the nice bugs in Kerbal Space Program. Apparently, we are flat spinning. Can we recover? Captain Jeb, take control. Okay, we recovered, but we wasted around 500 meters per second. If we didn't reach the runway, I will definitely blame Squad. It's Squad fault, you see? Okay, there we go. We got the nose up back again, and would we make it? I'm not entirely sure. With all honesty, we only have 350 delta V, and I don't even see the runway at this point. I'm gonna try to glide as much as I can. We are above 12 kilometer. The runway in that direction. We are 12 kilometer up, so if we set up a gliding angle just after the mountain, we might make it. Now, if we fell down below the mountain or the mountain place, we are a little bit screwed. So I'll see you guys in a bit while we're landing. Okay, so as much as I hate to admit it, we ran out of fuel. We went down below the 8 kilometer mark, and there's no way we're gonna reach the landing, the runway. So crazy ideas kicked in, and I'm sorry to tell Captain Jebediah, we're landing in your favorite place. I'm gonna land this airplane right here on this hill. Now, granted, we're gonna need to bleed the altitude, and the airspeed, and have a, call it a U-turn for airplanes. So there we go. Okay, now we got 100 meters per second. This is a lot. Can you land? Can you make it? We're gonna lose a piece or two of the wing. All right, contact. We are 70 meters per second. 60. Shit, we overshoot. Okay, we're gonna land it sideways here. 50 meters per second and increasing. 65. Touchdown. Touchdown. Pull up. Pull up. Pull up. Stall. Okay, you're cool. Jebediah, you're alright. You can make it. Jeb, I believe in you. Jeb. Jeb. Smooth, Jeb. And we did it. I can't believe this. We've lost it a piece, but I don't know what did we lose. We just lost another. Okay, so apparently we lost the air brake, and the plane has reached a chop level. I can't believe this. This is actually awesome. Whew. Well, I'm rather happy. Okay, so let's get building. I've left you guys a little bit montage of the time lapse. Enjoy. So, I kind of forgot. This would be, as usual, on Kerbal X, so the link will be in the description below. Feel free to download it and give it a go. Alright, so that's it, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you did enjoy today's video as usual, and if you did, Captain Jeb command you to hit that like button as he did survive today's flight. I normally kill him and crash the plane, but I run out of time for today, so thank you for watching, and until next time, stay tuned.